Explain 5 negative effects of inflation in an economy. There is loss of confidence in the monetary system. People lose confidence in local currency, both as a store of value and as a medium of exchange.
Imagine you go to the supermarket and a loaf of bread costs $200 billion. Unbelievable, but actually real. At least when your country has been hit by hyperinflation, country experiences hyperinflation.
Retardation in economic growth. It hinders implementation of economic plans since the cost of projects increases. Entrepreneurs will also not be willing to venture into new projects, expand their businesses, or employ more workers, since the cost of production increases.
New tonight, a popular spot in Smyrna closes its doors. Georgia's Sports Bar and Grill is serving customers for the last time before they close for good today. News 2's Miranda Whittington joins us in studio. And Miranda, the owners say inflation pushed them to shut down?
Emily, that's right. They were able to survive COVID, but once the price of goods started going up, it made it even harder for their business to survive.
Reduction in farms' profits. Rise in price of products may lead to reduced sales volume, which in turn leads to reduced profits for the farms.
Now, owner Georgia Warwick says next week they would have celebrated the bar's 10th anniversary. She says they knew their business couldn't make it through the end of the year, so she decided this week to finally close it down this Saturday. Jason Warwick is her son and also the manager at the bar, and shared with me that the cost of things like food, oil, and even condiments began to rise, making it harder for them to make a profit.
Wings, chicken, ground beef, everything has just gone through the roof. And when you think about, people say, well, why don't you just raise your prices? Well, our demographic in this area can't afford those high prices.
Now, I'll have more on the struggles they face keeping their business afloat and what they plan to do next.
Increase in salaries and wages. During inflation, the farms are forced by trade unions to raise the salaries in order for the workers to cope with inflation.
And when this is not addressed or the government incentives do not work, the labor market gets anxious.
Kama serikali inajua hakuna nyongeza ya mshahara itampa Mkenya, wasije kwa Labor Day, wasije mama yangu.
That's a one-week ultimatum from the umbrella trade union.
Decline in standards of living. During inflation, consumers' purchasing power decreases, especially for people who earn fixed incomes, bringing about a decrease in standards of living.
Over the last couple of weeks, Kenyans have seen their standards of living deteriorate as steep increases in the cost of food and fuel drove up inflation. The net effect being rapidly shrinking content in a normal shopping cart at the local supermarket.
Kenyans feel only 3 things: housing, food, and transport.
Wastage of time. During inflation, individuals and farms waste a lot of time hopping around for reasonable prices. Loss to creditors. Creditors may undergo losses as they give out goods when the value is high, and they are paid later on when the value is less due to inflation. Adverse effect on balance of payments. Inflation leads to balance of payment deficits as imports become highly demanded than exports. This is because exports become very expensive, leading to fall in their demand.